Picture this. It's 1990, and there is time for clacks. Wait a second. It's 1990. It's 1 year after the documentary The Wizard was released, and your mind is abuzz about the possibilities of running away from home and hitchhiking to a video game tournament. After being disappointed to find out that Video Armageddon wasn't real, you start to question whether the movie was as accurate as you were first led to believe. Side note, the only thing that anyone ever seems to remember about that movie is the scene where the rich kid shows off his power glove. I love the power glove. It's so bad. After seeing that movie, you are obligated for the rest of your life to quote that scene every time you put on gloves for any reason. I love the power glove. It's so bad. Then you find out about the Nintendo World Championships. It's an actual tournament run by Nintendo with the promise of real, actual prizes. Nintendo is going to be traveling all across the country with a special game pack where you play modified versions of Super Mario Bros., Rad Racer, and Tetris for a predetermined amount of time, and they tally up a composite score at the end. You're excited, but only for a moment until you realize that the United States is a big place and Nintendo is only visiting 30 cities in its nationwide tour, and none of them are anywhere near where you live, you unlucky soul. And you can't convince your parents or whoever to burn a weekend to take you on a 400-mile road trip just so you can fail at a video game contest. So you curse fickle destiny for allowing you to be born in one of the thousands of cities not anywhere near this tour, grouse about it for a few weeks, and then probably forget about it until you get a reminder in Nintendo Power a few months down the line showing you all the fun all the people who did manage to live in or around the cities Nintendo bothered to show up in had, and the cycle starts all over again. You hear rumors that later turn out to be true, that the game packs that were used in the competition were given to some of the participants as prizes, making them some of the most sought after and valuable cartridges ever made. After a year or so, 1991 finally happens, and depending how old you were at the time, you might have been in college. You also might have heard about the Nintendo Campus Challenge. The Nintendo Campus Challenge was completely different from the Nintendo World Championships. Nintendo was going to go to 58 colleges and spring break locations instead of 30 cities. You compete with a specially modified cartridge containing Super Mario Bros. 3, Pinbot, and Dr. Mario, and you can win fabulous prizes that a college student would find interesting and or useful. Seriously, I tried to find what the actual prizes were, but apparently nobody on the internet decided that was information worth writing down anywhere. And also, unlike the Nintendo World Championships, the cartridges were not given out to the players at the end of the tournament. It's unknown what happened to most of them, they were probably destroyed, but one copy turned up in a garage sale in New York State. It's changed hands a couple of times since then, which brings us to today. The Nintendo Campus Challenge cartridges are some of the rarest Nintendo cartridges in existence. And what if I told you that I had a copy of the Nintendo Campus Challenge? Well, that would be totally rad, but I don't. They're too rare, they're too expensive. I will never probably run across one in my lifetime, and if I do, it will be more than I will ever be able to spend on it. But I have the next best thing. I have the Nintendo Campus Challenge cup. Like the drinking cup, not like the cup where you would win a race. This cup has a mini-sided easy grip on the side. It's got the Nintendo Campus Challenge logo right there on it. It's got sponsors. It's got GMAC. It's got Geo. Get to know Geo. It's got Delco Electronics. Guess a lot of car companies had a hand in the Nintendo Campus Challenge. It's a cup. It functions as a cup would function. You can put liquids in, probably not this one, it's kind of dirty, it's been sitting on my shelf for a long time, but you could put liquids in here, you could drink them, you could grab a piece of paper and set it upside down and grab a pin that is probably somewhere handy, and you can draw a perfect circle. You could store your pin inside here for later writing tasks that you might have. There are literally tens of uses for a cup with the provenance of the Nintendo Campus Challenge Cup. And if you had 2 Nintendo Campus Challenge Cups, why, you could do so many things. The world would be your campus to challenge yourself. Yeah, they're cups with they're just cups that you can use as cups or just kind of look at them once in a while. Not really a whole lot to say about it, which is kind of why we went through the whole history of the raison d'etre, as the French probably don't say as badly as I did. But anyway, that is the Nintendo Campus Challenge Cups, and thanks for watching, and as always, I need an outro.